Right, so this is The Shortest History of Germany by James Hawes. Hawes, whatever. This author is a British historian who is responsible for several shortest histories of, and this one is actually the first I've read, but I am inclined to read the others that he did because they are really well made. I'm gonna be honest. When I first began to read this, I didn't particularly like it because I felt like he rushed through important historical events. For example, at the beginning of Germany, what it had to do with the barbarians versus the Roman Empire or Roman Republic after before Julius Caesar. And it was very short and just like very gave a vague description of the event and just moved on to whatever happened after. And I was like, well, it should be more thoroughly explained. But then I began to understand the pace of this book that is basically giving very short general descriptions of events in the world, but only analyzing how it affected the shape of Germany all throughout history. And once I understood how the book was written, I actually began to really enjoy it. It's not a world history book. You're not going to see many very important events detailed from several thousand years ago up to a few hundred years ago, or even a few dozens of years ago. But it does a really good job of explaining how all these events confined into shaping what now we know as Germany. And I find it that it was not an easy task to do this because after reading this I realized that has never been, up to recently, one thing that you can call Germany. Like, this country has gone through so many changes and has been so many recollections of little states or kingdoms, but as one republic it's fairly short-lived, and it is kind of subjective depending who you ask what is considered Germany all throughout the years. But this historian does a really good job at that, and yeah, it is a really interesting book. As I said, at first I didn't much like how fast-paced it was. I mean, it's like more than 2,000 years of history in like 200 and so pages, so you're not going to get that much information, but it gives you a really good overall idea. It goes very deeply into the Prussian Empire and figures like Hindenburg and then Bismarck, those very prominent figures who are very necessary. It goes very deep into those. But the rest are kind of glanced over, and I feel like that works very well for this book. So yeah, it's a really good book. I enjoyed it a lot. Yeah.